So hello guys, welcome to my channel, and I'm here to tell you about how to begin with web development. And my name is Anand Kumar, and I am an engineer by profession. So let's start. So first of all, let me tell you what are the myths of web development. Before starting, so we need to know about myths of web development. So first is web development is limited to creating website only. So guys, let me tell you first, web development is not limited to only creating websites. You can create a browser, plugin, games, e-commerce, and software too. ठीक है बाय. And second myth is web development can't get you a high paid job. So guys, let me tell you that the development scope is too vast, and describing it would take more than one video. So web development can get you a high job in a high reputed companies like Facebook, Microsoft, Google, etc. And you could also work as a high profile freelancer. So you can get many ways to earn money by only the web development skills. So although the beginning career might disappoint you, but as you keep going, so does your paycheck. And the third is web development is easy. So this is also wrong, and this is also wrong. And the third myth is web development is easy. So web development, although fun, but requires a hardware, especially during the PHP and ASP.NET phase. So in web development, PHP and ASP.NET is really a toughest things to learn, and you have to work in a specific order if you want to become a good web developer. So there's a basic map. So let me cross this also, because this is also not true myth. So there's a basic roadmap for web development. So let me start. So first step is step 1 is HTML5. So though it seems easy, HTML5 is certainly not the old HTML as you know it, because HTML5 is the extended function form of HTML4 with many more features than the former version. इसमें बहुत सारी features added हो चुके हैं, और with HTML you can not only prepare a basic web page structure easily, but can store variable on the page itself. तो इसमें आप वेब पेज में ही वेरिएबल स्टोर कर सकते हैं. आपको कोई PHP या कोई सर्वर जरूरत नहीं होगा बैकग्राउंड में, जो इससे वेरिएबल हम स्टोर कर सकेंगे. But can store variable on page itself and create game on it. Don't need to rely on a Flash anymore to run your videos and animation, and with a nice force मदर डीप स्टडी. तो इससे आप बेसिकली गेम्स भी क्रिएट कर सकते हैं वेबसाइट पे. आपको डिपेंड नहीं होना पड़ेगा उसके ऊपर, फ्लैश के ऊपर, क्योंकि हम यूजली क्या होता था, अगर कोई वीडियो प्ले करनी है या कुछ भी प्ले करना है, एनिमेशन प्ले करना है या गेम्स प्ले करना है, तो आपको फ्लैश प्लेयर पे डिपेंडेंट रहना पड़ता था प्ले करने के लिए. सो नाउ HTML5 में ये सब इनेबल्ड है. आप इजीली अपनी वेबसाइट पे ही प्ले कर सकते हैं कोई भी वीडियो को विदाउट यूजिंग फ्लैश प्लेयर. So, or you can even create a full functioning blog without even touching server side like a PHP. So it requires the time required for the HTML5 is 4 months, and now the second step is CSS. First हो गया, second step is CSS. So basically जैसे रेनबोज में कलर्स होते हैं, सेम काम CSS करता है. With the application CSS, you can define your web in the colorful and smooth way. Like HTML, CSS has grown into the CSS3, and with which you can also add transition to the page, scrolls, and even mouse overs. And you can even make your site elegant and flashy by using just few lines of CSS3. So now let's move on to the next step, which is HTML5 plus HTML plus CSS. So now as you learn the HTML5 and CSS so far, designing page won't look much hard to you. You can either design your own page or template or can work into the responsive layout that can adapt any device screen. So जो डिज़ाइन करना होता है वो इतना easy नहीं होता, लेकिन अगर उसे आप रिफ्लेक्टिव और उसे आप ज़्यादा डायनेमिक बनाना है तो आगे स्टेप्स आएंगे. तो नेक्स्ट स्टेप है, ये हो गया. अब आता है हमारा मेन काम, HTML5 plus JavaScript. So now after learning how your site should look, you can actually make those buttons useful in some tasks. अब टास्क परफॉर्म करने का टाइम आ गया है. तो JavaScript the best workaround coding language for the web page and for make it versatile, flexible and platform independent, and I prefer it over any other web programming language. And with JavaScript real development starts. And you can create a variables, assign them some values and pass them as an argument in some function to finally get the return some values and actions. And JavaScript is easy to learn but hard to master. So guys, remember, it is hard to master, and so I remember moving to the next step as soon as you learn working of function and variables. JavaScript has many children like Node.js, and it requires a lot of reading and practice to actually make some use in creating complex website applications. So now the fifth step is HTML5 plus PHP. So far it's all about developing a website from front end. How it looks, how should it to react, but real work takes place behind the curtain. So पीछे क्या हो रहा है, सबसे मेन काम वहाँ स्टार्ट होता है. PHP is a server side language and it handles all the real work and completely relies on the internet connection. So it requires 4 months to master it. So now sixth step is all above plus SQL. ठीक है, SQL, MySQL. So easiest to work and hardest to maintain. Designing on website database can be real pain if you are not organized and disciplined. So it is a main things to maintain, and इससे क्या होगा, आप अपने डेटाबेस को मेंटेन करना पड़ेगा. कभी भी आप वेबसाइट तो बना लेते लेकिन उसे मेंटेन नहीं करोगे तो वेबसाइट एकदम यूजलेस हो जाएगी. The reason I recommend PHP over any other server script language is that PHP is great for a beginner. If you basic old school CSS, C++ concepts are clear, then PHP becomes more easier than you anticipate. ठीक है, तो अगर आपने CSS, C++ लर्न की है पहले से, तो it becomes more easier for you to learn PHP. And MySQL with a combination of PHP on Apache server provides a perfect frame to build web page. If you want to practice on localhost, try WAN server. So I will recommend you to book like Head First MySQL by O'Reilly. ठीक है, and the next step is 7, which is Python. Sorry, Python, Ruby on Perl, etc. ठीक है guys, राइटिंग थोड़ी अच्छी नहीं है. So if you follow the steps above in the sequence as mentioned, you probably know already the working of social networking website, how the notification and personal messages shall work. So you can create an e-commerce website easily without even moving further to the next step. But what if you want to create a website like a Flipkart, Amazon, Microsoft, Google or Facebook? There are some more complicated than just HTML5, PHP and MySQL, and there are other server client-side coding language to help you do wonders you always wish. So Python is one of the most practical, efficient and profitable coding language that is being used today. And the best thing about the learn Python is it's very easy. Although Python is independent of PHP, but I still recommend learning PHP first. It will prepare your mindset and you will learn Python more quickly, because I worked on PHP for 6 years and learned Python in just 12 hours. So you can imagine that कि Python कितनी easy है learn करने के लिए, because इसमें जो syntax होते हैं काफ़ी ज़्यादा syntax होते नहीं है, पहली बात तो ये, इसमें easy सब कुछ डायरेक्ट होता है, and there are other coding language framework on which you can work on like Ruby or Perl, but Python should be your first preference. So guys, Python is the most practical and most important language to learn, and अगर आप Python learn कर लोगे, it is very good for you if you are in CSE. So guys, these are the steps to become a master of web development. And if you like the video, then don't forget to subscribe. Please like, share, comment. Thank you. Bye bye. And don't forget to subscribe. ठीक है?